Oh my gosh. What's up, YouTube? Hey, you guys. I'm laughing because something just went down in the lobby. Like, something like this has not gone down in a really long time, and so I'm gonna explain it. So, wow. And so then I lose like 3 or 4 hours right now because of this issue. And so here's a couple things that just happened. The client, can you hear me okay? Oh my God, everything should be good here. I'm kind of like hyped up myself. Wow, I don't know what to say right now. Okay, so I'm pretty clear up front. I'm prior military. I don't fluff the feathers. If something's going down, I'll be honest with you. It's on my form. I spend about over an hour with each client that books with me. I don't waste their time. I don't waste my time. And I literally talked to the wife. We talked, I think, 2 days in a row to get booking. She called me a couple times maybe. We went back and forth. I feel like it wasn't like long for them to get in either. And with a husky, very rarely do you see a husky here because most huskies don't come in regularly. And so when they do, including when I flew to California to groom that husky, which unfortunately they had been going to a big box store and they weren't brushing properly. They would bath only, right? There's never just a bath only, people. So they go to these big box stores. No offense on the big box stores. Each person touching the dog is not always the same person. So it's not about the big box. It's about the individuals inside the box. And sometimes when you go back, that person's not even there. So I'm not clowning the box stores. I'm clowning the process. And the process is a couple things: the client and the groomer. And so the client not going often enough for a husky, and the groomer being a trainee, not knowing exactly what to do, or they never book the groom with a groomer. They give that dog, a husky, to a bather, and the bather did not. When I became a bather at PetSmart 20 years ago, they did not send me through bathing groomer training. And I think a bather should know how to groom, at least the information that comes behind that. So they actually parked in the back, and I was getting something out of my car to prepare for the live, and I said, "Oh, you're parked in the wrong spot. This is the back," and it is the back. There's a garage door. So I said, yeah, I would definitely move around to the front. And people always get kind of slightly offended when I ask them to go poop and pee, even if they, like, they both were like, "We've already done 3 miles." And I knew that they did 3 miles a day, which was awesome for a husky, by the way. And even though you guys do whatever you do, when you get to your groomer or your veterinarian or Home Depot or wherever you go to take your dogs to shopping and grooming and all this stuff, when you get there, the dog is going through their own thing. When they pull up, they stop, the brakes, this and that, the smells, the new fresh. They can smell every dog that's pooped around here that's come in for grooming. So I always say, go poop and pee. I mean, just yesterday, the dog walked in and pooped right in the door. So give your dogs an opportunity to just release themselves. And I just always say that. It's not offending. I don't mean to be offending. I just don't want to clean it up. I don't want to clean up your dog's poop. It could have worms in it. Then I have an issue. I don't want to do that. So then they walk in, they come to the front, they walk in, I show them the form, and I repeat everything like this. I say, "This is the form that you and I covered. You're welcome to reread it, and here's your card information." I put it in pencil so it's easily erased. Like, I'll erase it now because I did not want to accept them as a client. And the reason why I didn't want to accept, and you guys don't even know who they are, I've never said their name, it's just a husky owner out there. And because I'm live right now and they can come back and listen to this and even get upset. But what happened in my lobby was the husband didn't read the form, or no one can read the form. I actually read it all out loud for 20 of my minutes before you even book with me. So if we can't get through the form, then we're not on the same page. And that is exactly why I read the form first. Like, we talk, I tell you what my prices are, so that, again, I'm not wasting your time. I'm gonna be higher than PetSmart or Petco or any other facility because I do a recording. I do one-on-one grooming. You can sit, wait, watch, have a beverage. You get to have this one-on-one private grooming experience if you want to. They were gonna leave. So, and then you get to see what I'm doing, and I'm live on YouTube, unedited. So I offer this dynamic situation that groomers can't always offer because it takes a lot of money, and time to do this kind of grooming, in the sense of it takes a lot of equipment. If you could be in here right now, this is a lot of stuff to have in order to do all these things for a client. And I want to do it because my #1 client is an aggressive dog harmed by another groomer or vet tech or veterinarian or owner, and that cannot be touched anymore. And it's best that you can see what's happening. And that is so hard to find, that somebody's willing to let you sit, wait, watch what's happening, comment, and even help, you know? So they walk in and the husband starts reading while we're talking, and I'm trying to say some things to get them ready while I go get a couple of things ready. They're telling me they're gonna leave. And I explain, like, if you leave, and most Huskies end up being kind of aggressive because they haven't been to a groomer often, that sort of thing. And then we just never got past the fact that the husband was like, I'm not signing this. I don't feel comfortable that I'm 100% responsible if my pet bites somebody. And I said, well, you already look upset. And he's like, I'm not upset. And I was like, well, then this attitude that you're throwing at me, you're already unhappy, and I haven't even touched your dog. So what if I touch your dog, he bites me, and then what are you going to do then? You're going to be really mad at me then? Or you're not going to be responsible for it? I said, I put myself in harm's way every time I groom a dog. Because a dog, you cannot take the bite out of the dog, any dog. A dog is an animal, just like a hamster or a cat. They will bite you when they're, here's what it says. I'm not going to read my whole form because it took me a long time to get this form done right and cover so much. If you want my form, you can buy my form. It's very affordable. Just email me at myfavoritegroomer.com. Down at the bottom, hit contact, and then send me an email. This is some serious clarity. And why do I read all this? So I don't miss anything. I don't play around with dogs. I've learned so many lessons from other people's injuries that I have not had an injury to hurt me and bring me in the ER. I don't want to go to the ER. It's been 20 years since I've been messing with dogs next month. And I do not want to go to the ER. So I do every single thing I can to eliminate me going to the ER. If I go to the ER on a dog bite, I can literally have an arm amputation. I could be fighting for my life from blood poisoning. All of those things are from people who have come and either worked for me, volunteered for me, or I groomed their dog. They have been in the hospital fighting for their life in a coma because their blood had a reaction to the dog biting and maybe the infection, the bacteria, whatever. They're two of my clients fighting for their life. If you remember one of the Shih Tzus, they were traveling. Did you hear that story? I could go on and on and on. I could go on and on and on, and maybe that's what I will do right now for 4 hours, because I've lost 4 hours of my grooming time now. But the point is it says, age, experiences, demeanor, genetics of an animal can cause any animal to bite when in fear, pain, or due to painful things like hair matting. Now I get the Husky up here. He's like a young dog, and he's big, and he really needed me. Man, I felt his coat, and if you guys are watching right now, I felt his coat, and I was like, this is matted. This is freaking matted. It's puffy. So it's puffy, boom, boom. And she was saying that the stuff on the neck won't come out. And I'm like, because there's something not being done properly, but I wouldn't be able to answer it 100% until I run my comb through it. And I can tell you right now, in the lobby, I was looking, feeling, touching. I'm like, oh yeah, I would not be able to run my comb through this coat, like at all. So I don't get offended anymore when someone throws attitude with what I have to cover my butt on. And I do have to cover my butt because no one else is going to. An owner, like I just learned, is not going to he did not want to take responsibility if his dog bit somebody. And that is not I can't do that. You have to. In the state of Texas, our animals are our property. And honestly, when I talked to the wife, I explained all this. She was good to go. So it comes down to, as soon as a client is going to buck back and be upset with stuff that the wife, he was like, that's my wife. And I'm like, yeah, but I talked to the wife, so you should trust in her judgment that she was willing to take the risk, if you want to call it that. Owning a dog is risky. If your dog is walking the street like they were just walking right now, and I think he was maybe on a harness, but I can't remember, I didn't. He was so fluffy I couldn't really tell if I thought back to it. If he's on a harness, which is not what I would walk my dogs on, if he's on a harness and he slips out of the harness, or if he's not on a harness, let's say he's in a collar and a dog ran up on him, as soon as he let the dog get close to me, the dog jumped on my chest. This is a stranger dog. So what if he jumped on my chest and nipped my face? Because Huskies do that. maybe a smell a smell on my body from all the dogs I have here triggered him to just nip my face. I've had little things like that happen. I went to pet sit a dog that I had met. He ran and bit right up in my crotch, and not a nice bite. Like anything he can grab, he was gonna bite. And is that my fault for going into their house pet sitting and then that dog attacks me? I'll tell you what happens. The city gets involved. Even if I go to the ER and I say I don't want to press charges, it's too late. The city gets involved, and this I learned from the client. So I know 2 people right now that come to the top of my head. One guy, Ronnie, he does a lot of woodwork for me. If I need to have something built and I can't do it myself, he'll come build it. And Ronnie recently came and did a little baby project for me. And I don't groom his dogs. I don't look at his dogs. I don't groom his dogs. So I don't have any biased opinions at all. I've never met his dogs. But he's done a lot of work for me, like really cool stuff he's built for me that I needed. I told him what I wanted, and he built it for me. So Ronnie recently came out, and he said his pit is and he lives in the country. So why can't you have a pit, right? Have a pit if you want to have a pit, but make sure your insurance covers your pit biting someone else. Because if your insurance, it's usually renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance that needs to cover your property, and your property includes your animals. And that's here in the state of Texas. And I'm not a lawyer. If you want a lawyer, go get a lawyer. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you that, hey, be aware of this. And if something happens, you need to know what to do. Because in a lot of cases, your homeowner's insurance, like if I have a dog and I'm walking my dog and my dog bites a child, which I talked to you guys, Senior Fly Girl, you told me your 2 stories, I think, of a child face being ripped off by a corgi, right? Am I right about that? Or is that another person? Senior Fly Girl also told me about, Senior Fly Girl's a big fan that's always here. Senior Fly Girl also told me about her Shih Tzu, oh my goodness, her baby Shih Tzu, a puppy, less than 6 months old or almost 8 months or something like that. Another corgi puppy, they played together, ripped the intestines out of this dog. That's property insurance. So if she wanted to say, I bought this Shih Tzu for X dollars, he had this X dollar training, I'm going to sue you for all that money because your dog ripped all that, if you went that route. Because her dog did not survive that. Okay, so if you get injured or hurt, this is what happened to a client, Ronnie. This is what happened to Ronnie. Ronnie's pit he came out, he was doing woodwork. He said, Dede, yeah, you know, something, my pit right now is at the shelter. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, he like bowed up and something bit a grandson or a nephew, someone in the family. And he wasn't vaccinated. So that pit is a female, I believe. That pit is in the shelter under quarantine. And I guess she had puppies while she was at the shelter too. They didn't even know she was pregnant. So now something, he goes, I'm pretty sure they'll be putting her down. Just like that. He had no say. They don't care what you think. They don't care who it was. They don't care if it was a family member. They don't care if, they don't care. And the city gets involved and they will do whatever they want with your dog. So this form that I do, not only does it protect a bit, I have been doing this almost 20 years and I've never been to the hospital. I'm not really worried about me. I'm really worried about what happened if it was me and what happens to your dog after it's me. And if I could have just explained some things without this he got so defensive and like, all this attitude. And even the wife was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? And I'll call it out too, because this is where I work. I told him, I said, I put myself in danger every day. And he was just like, and I said, I can't help you. I'm sorry, I can't. If this is what you can bring into my business today, the attitude and everything like that, I'd rather not help you. Because if shit went downhill, he's going to be looking at me. I ain't taking responsibility for that bite on her face. That's not the client I can trust my life with. And you're trusting your dog's life with me. Literally, when you groom a dog, anything can happen. Here's another story. Just like I did 4 or 5 years ago, I love watching these feeds where groomers talk about the owners and groomers talk about themselves and groomers talk about other groomers, but I don't really like to partake. But it doesn't mean I can't look at and see what they say about me and other people, including clients. So there was a groomer who was grooming a short hair, maybe a spaniel, but a short hair dog She couldn't get the dog to stand up, so she must have had either a second arm here or an arm over the grooming table. So she had a loop around the waist, and she was making that dog stand up with a loop, like a loop. Whether it's a lead, a loop, a rope, whatever you want to call it, it's like a rope, okay? It's like a rope around the waist. Hang me up with the rope around my waist, I'll probably have diarrhea. Like you'll probably squeeze all the poop out of my freaking intestines. I probably will have a problem. And depending on how tight it is. So the dog kept pushing down and pushing down and pushing down until, like, he's sitting. Most dogs can actually really sit, and they'll squish their whole body around the loop around their waist, and they'll sit. Well, that dog was a pain for her. She was upset. Her venting was like, this stupid dog, blah, 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 blah. And if that person's hearing about this right now, it's like, people see what you say, girl. Don't be saying some stuff you don't want someone to see or read off or talk about. And I was just like, wow, I would never, there are some clients that really get me worked up, but I would never post it on a public forum. Like, I hate this client, the dog, I hate the dog. I don't know, I would never do that to you. And I would hate it come around, or I would honestly hate God, be like, God, Dede, what are you doing down there? Now, I'm not perfect, but there's a couple things I might not want to do, and one of those is bash my client on social media. I will air proof and truth, but I will not bash you and tell you that you're trash, you're a trash person. I don't know what I might do, but that I read all that and I felt sorry for the client, and I wish I could show the client that this was the groomer she hired. Like, this is the type of person taking care of your dog, but it doesn't matter anyway, because within hours of that dog going home, that dog died. That dog was in the veterinary and ER fighting for its life because that groom loop around the waist, popped a pancreatic something cancer that owner may have not even known he had either. You remember those lumps the other day under the armpit of those dogs? And I was like, hey, I just want you to know that lump is bigger now. And that one over here is a little bigger, but it's there. Yeah, I know that. But I want you to know, like, we can't see every lump within the organs of our bodies, let alone our animals. I mean, I'm going to bring Betty into this because she had been having scans every year for like 12 years, and they didn't catch the little baby cancer that was coming under her armpit. Rest in peace, Betty. So even our own scans, we can't 100% catch every little thing, let alone the dog on the table who cannot speak that he's in pain or has something bothering him in his body. And sometimes we don't even know something is in there growing. Okay, so just FYI, that's happening. And what if something like that happened? Okay, so I don't even, I'm kind of flustered myself, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, when you come and bring your dog to a groomer, you are giving us your dog for that time period, and we need to be careful with your dog especially if you're not going to be here in the room or whatever, watching here at least. I am taking care of your dog while you're gone, and it's my best interest to protect your dog first. And, like I tell clients, I don't tell y'all this stuff. My client booking, I never really cover it with you guys because I feel like I've worked many years to figure out what's really important, and this is worth something. So if you want it, I'll sell it to you, but I'm not going to just give it to you. So, and I did read an old forum a long time ago, so don't think I'm that much of a jerk. I read it out loud to you guys before. I wanted to say something. What did I want to say here? Okay. When you bring your dog to a groomer, we are caring for your pet, so we have to safeguard that. The other thing I wanted to say was, it's like this. I'll tell an owner, look, I require these vaccinations, and I will tell you what I do require. DHPP, which is for parvo. Parvo can live dormant in the ground for many, many years. When it rains, parvo gets dug up in the ground by the water and starts traveling around, which can land in your backyard. And even though you think your yard is safe because you have a puppy and you're not taking your dog somewhere else out there walking around the dog park, it doesn't matter. It can still arrive in your backyard from a stray squirrel, from a stray cat, from the water raining. My yard is a waterfall, like a river in the rain. And so whatever's up creek is my neighbor's yards, if they're not treating for fleas, what do you think is going to end up in my yard? So I need to treat my dogs and keep them safe and up to par. So I require distemper parvo. That's for parvo. Parvo can kill a puppy easy if the puppy's not in good shape, not healthy enough, genetics not healthy enough, or just sometimes it doesn't. But it's like this big treatment plan at a veterinarian, like as if you were putting your dog through some kind of chemo to survive your dog, and it's just crazy. In 2021, I would verify vaccinations, and there was veterinarians that were doing 6 parvo shots per puppy. That's how bad it was in some areas of Texas. I would normally see three parvo vaccines on a document for the veterinarian bill, but not 6, man. 6. I said, what? You're doing 6? Your doctor's doing 6? I've never, what? And then they would verify, the vet tech would say, yeah, it's really bad this year. Wow. So I require parvo. I require bordetella. I require bordetella because I also have a lot of dogs here. I rescue dogs, and since I've been working 18-hour shifts, 15-hour shifts, I don't like my dogs not being able to go outside, so my crew's with me. My crew is with me, so that whoever's helping me, if I have help, everyone's here. We're all here together, and that really started with Betty's funeral, because I was every day go back and forth, all day long, because I don't want my dogs being kennelled for very long periods of time. So I require kennel cough, because anytime your dog is with another dog, another animal, breathing the same air, and I wouldn't risk it, including I love Home Depot, so I'm constantly talking about Home Depot. Home Depot, I need to get a promo plug from y'all, because I'll be shopping with you guys, buying your tools, I got your application, no. So Home Depot, if you're gonna walk, I wouldn't even chance it with my dog. My dog better have kennel cough, or I ain't walking through Home Depot when dogs, some owners want to go, hey, meet each other. So then boom, boom, nose, nose. Well, are they breathing the same air? Especially if they're kissing, yes, they're breathing the same air. So then the next thing is, I want to say I'm getting an apology here, hold on. I'm just going to read it out loud. So the owner of the Husky, the wife that I talked to extensively, says, wow, I'm so sorry about that. My husband has never been to a groomer. I don't think he knew what to expect and was just surprised by the waiver. Even though it's 1,000% necessary and right to sign, he has a hard time expressing how he feels without sounding like a DICK sometimes. So I really am sorry it didn't work out. And so maybe she's hearing me read that out loud, but thanks for the apology. That takes a lot of, I want to say something else, but it takes a lot to apologize, and I didn't do anything wrong, whereas I think some people can walk away from that and feel like I messed up. And no, I didn't mess up. I followed don't let me forget where I was. I'm already lost train of thought now, because we were talking, what were we talking about? It was such a good thing. I have steps because I've been doing it a long time. I have steps that I must check off. I do not want you at my doorstep telling me you don't want to sign the waiver. I don't want that. I want it over the phone because I've wasted so much time now. I blocked 4 hours for this client. I'm okay. I would rather lose money than to work with a client that would not have my back if their dog bit me. A dog bite can put you in the ER, it can kill you, even if the dog has rabies. And that's where I was going with it. So the next thing I would cover is, so bordetella, in case dog's breathing the same air. Even if it's in and out, I don't want to take a risk. Why? Because so many of my clients have told me that they went to the big box store and they got kennel cough. Their dog got kennel cough. One guy, Adam, Russell said, Russell had 5 or 6 dogs, and he went to PetSmart or Petco, PetSmart, or Petco, let's just say one of those big box stores. And one dog got kennel cough. So when he got home, all dogs got kennel cough, and he said twice. And that was it for them. It cost us so much money. And when they have kennel cough, they do this wheezing, coughing like a dog cold. Like we have a cold, a sinus cold, and it can take 6 months to just ride it out. You can panic and run around and go get medicine and antibiotics, but I have heard and been told you just have to ride it out. And if it's 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, your dog is like coughing, wheezing, doing this thing like he or she has a cold. It just sucks when it's now passed around 6 other dogs all 6 dogs in the household are gonna, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so woo. BP is texting me. BP, praying for your surgery, girl. Okay. The next thing, so here's what I require: DHPP, Bordetella, rabies, obviously. It's required by the city or state that you live in, so rabies. And depending on the city, state, county, you have to check with your own stuff. They may or may not allow you to have a 1 or 3 year. One of my veterinarians, because I know a bunch, one of my veterinarians says, has a thing up there. So if you live in this city, it's this. If you live in this city, it's this. It's good to find out what city you live in and which one you can get. Can you get a 3 year or can you get a 1 year? Funny thing is I've been told by other people that vaccination is the same one. Okay, so if it's the same one, man, it just goes into that corrupt thing or the money thing, like it's all about money, or there's a bit of corruption. Why, if it potentially could be the same vaccine with a label that says 3 year versus a label that says 1 year, why are we doing that, people? Okay, food for thought. I'm not here to talk about that. So rabies, because if your dog bites me, goes to the ER, I go to the ER, the animal control shows up, no choice of me or the owner, the dog gets put down or goes to quarantine. At least I made sure it was current. Because if it is not, just like Ronnie, dog's probably not current on rabies. They straight took that dog, quarantining her for 45 days, and he said literally she had puppies and they're probably putting her down. So right there, that's exactly what can happen, and I've even met Ronnie's dogs. I would not want that to happen to anybody on this table that comes in for grooming at all. Or I hope you're learning something. Keep rabies up to date. At the worst thing, that's the law part of it, keep rabies up to date, okay? So I care. And now, this year has been really bad. Out of all the years I've been grooming, this year I must see your flea and tick preventative, and it must be current. If you don't know what that means, you need to look at your box, you need to look at your prescription, and I do not recommend getting your flea and tick preventative from a non-veterinarian source. Across the board. I know it's more affordable. I know there's cheaper options out there. I know there are options out there that just work daily. I know there's options out there that you do monthly that are more affordable. I do not recommend not getting your flea and tick preventative, whatever you decide to use. I'm not talking about any one product at a local store. I want you to go to your veterinarian and get it. And I know you may not like that answer. The reason why is because I want you to be able to talk to your veterinarian when it doesn't work and you have spent $150, that you are back in there saying, I want to trade this for something else because it's not working right now. It may not work for a couple reasons. One of those things is if you still have fleas after you've given something like Blvd or Trifexis. I think Trifexis does it all. Trihard is for heartworms. If you are giving a certain type of product, this year, in May, 6 clients kind of came in with fleas and ticks or ticks. And out of those 6, 2 were on a preventative. May 2023 was when I changed the rule that I need to see that you have given a flea and tick application to protect the clients that come in here and to protect any dogs or cats that I have in here. So 2 clients were giving something, and 2 clients giving those things weren't working. And I know one of them was Blvd, and I want to say the other one was Simplico or something like that. I don't know all their names. I don't use all of those products. I don't use every one of those products, but I know that sometimes it doesn't work. Here's the picture I want to paint why it might not work. And I'm almost done with what I require, and that's what we were talking about here. So It may not work because just like Prince, the Cocker Spaniel that had fleas a lot one year, and then we went through a long phase of no fleas, and then boom, all of a sudden he came in when I was shaving him and he had thousands and thousands of fleas on him. I feel like what happened, well, I know what happened because I talked to her about it later. We left and we went outside because he had thousands of fleas on him, and at that time I didn't have my crew here, nor did I have all these animals here. I may have had the rescue cat. We go outside, we talk about it, and she explains, I'm like asking her a bunch of questions. Do you have other animals? Do you have this? Do you have that? It could be a squirrel, it could be squirrels, it could be birds. Anything with blood, these fleas want blood, okay? These fleas need to eat and lay eggs all day. Same thing with ticks. They need to be on a source of a live body source. A live body source, whatever that is. Duck, bird, squirrel, how about this? Stray cats. So Prince came in with thousands of fleas a year after he had already had fleas. So flea eggs can last at least 3 years before they hatch. Just because you have fleas doesn't mean all around everywhere they didn't jump off and go lay some eggs somewhere and hatch all through the year next year. So if you have fleas, you need to spray your environment, spray your outside environment. I like to do a border walk. I like to trace my house on the outside, trace my house on the inside. And if you need to know what product to get, please email me. Again, go to myfavoritegroomer.com. Down at the bottom, contact, copy the Yahoo, email me, say, Dede, what should I use? What can I use? And you can always call a pesticide king or queen in your area, okay? And price them out, because there's one that does $200-300. There's another guy that does $99. If you find a professional that's licensed in your state to use the chemicals that they use to spray for fleas and ticks that we cannot buy as just a shopper, we can't buy that. You have to have a license to touch certain chemicals. Then you find somebody that can use those chemicals and is licensed. And you can check their license number by going to a state website in your state, okay? So somebody using chemicals they're not supposed to use, I'm telling you this because I know this. If somebody's using chemicals they don't know how to use, it could potentially kill anything. I'll tell you what I've learned. So there was a gentleman in my neighborhood about 4 years ago. I want to say it was, anyways, they gave me a call. I'm thinking gentleman or wife, but they gave me a call, and I don't even know why. They found my flea and tick videos maybe, and learned that I was in Texas, gave me a call. They're in my neighborhood, and they needed help. They needed flea and tick preventative for their animal, and I dropped it off at their house. At the time, it was Frontline. That's what I used to sell. I don't really sell it anymore. I prefer to give you a referral link because it's expensive just to hold on to it until somebody wants to buy it. And now I can't really compete with like some of these online stores. If you guys are shopping more there, then people like me can't compete. So we might as well not compete at all with certain products. And so Frontline I don't sell anymore. I also don't love putting it on my dog's back and then not being able to touch them and kiss them and rub them for like 24 hours. It's moving around their body. I hate it. So I'd rather use a pill, which can also be a problem. There's side effects to everything we do, including having fun. So if you want to, go bungee jumping, there's definitely a side effect of that could happen to you. So whatever you want to chop down my discussion and break it down and be like, I don't want to do that because of this, I don't want to do that because of that. Every single thing we do alive is going to have a side effect. So I used to sell the Frontline because actually it was one of the only things I can sell as a groomer. But as a veterinarian, you can go somewhere and get like some really bad ass products that I can't sell. Because again, you have to have a certain license to sell some of these things, okay? That's why we have pharmacists to sell us our drugs. So if you go to your veterinarian, every veterinarian carries a different product. So do some research, find out which one is best, which one might be recommended. Your veterinarian might have a price for one because they get a promo just like pharmaceutical. If you work pharmaceutical, I know a little bit about a lot if you can't tell, but if you work pharmaceutical, the guy who comes and gives you free meds, he might be promoting a particular product. So I would think that someone delivering medicines at a veterinarian could do the same thing. The pharmaceutical sales guy is rich. Oh gosh. So if you're gonna use a product, at least I'm telling you, get it from your veterinarian, because then if it doesn't work, you can go right back to where they get promo product and it won't cost them as much as it will cost you when you can't return it at a big box store. Okay? Are you hearing me, people? Are you guys hearing me? This is some really, really educational stuff I've learned in over 20 years, okay? All right, so the clients that came in May, 2 of them still had product on in their bodies and it didn't work. So what do I tell them? Take the rest of your, you bought a year for $300 and it didn't work for 3 months. So now you have fleas or whatever, because stray cats can carry some of the most potent fleas out there. Stray cats are running around fields. They're running, in Texas, they're running around bulls, farms, chickens, animals that don't necessarily always have pesticide around them. And if they do, it is a really, really farmer type of pesticide, which is really, really, really strong. So then that flea that can survive through that kind of chemical is going to come into your yard from a stray cat and deliver all the fleas that were on prints and let them multiply. And they can multiply like that. If you can't, they cannot even touch their dog. That's how aggressive he is. They relied on me. They didn't bathe him. They didn't brush him. They don't do nothing. They feed him and then he hangs out. That's it. So imagine that. I don't know how it would be to own a dog like that, but if I could, I would be comfy coning his head every day to touch him. Just like my cat who likes to bite, I will put a cone head on him and I'm gonna hug you and love you. I'm gonna give you some loving, but just I may not be able to do it every day. But if he wants to bite and slap me and all that stuff, I'm gonna put a cone head on him, and I do, man. I get him to let me pet him. He's like, my rescue cat, he'll go, no, I'm not doing that. He does a sling with his head. He's like, come on. Or he'll go, okay, and he knows why I have to put it on, because in about 30 seconds of petting, he's gonna want to attack me. It just comes with, his bloodline is feral, so he's fighting that bloodline every time he's trying to face domestication, It's hilarious. But I want to say that's why this year has been out of like 20 years, three times we've had really bad flea years. And this is one of them. This is the third one. This is the third time in all of these years that fleas were like, oh my gosh, don't come in here with fleas. They're bad. And they're not dying with the products we're using. So be careful, and that's what I require. So Bordetella, rabies. So Bordetella for kennel cough, rabies because it's the law, DHPP for distemper parvo, and then last, I now need to see a flea and tick preventative that is current. And some clients when I first started, it was into May, towards like June, I think. I sent out this text message like this long, and it says if you come in, it's a minimum charge of this amount for fleas, and it goes up, depending on how many fleas you bring in here. Because when I spray, I stop grooming for up to 3 days. I've done 3 days, that tick, the chow chow, that tick, I didn't take a risk. They lay 2,200 eggs a day. What? I ain't taking a risk. And let me go back to that guy who called me to come out and do his house. Not his house. I came out to sell him product. I sold him Frontline. Do you know, when I got there, he had said, this is what happened. He had 1 dog alive left. He had hired a guy on Craigslist. I love Craigslist, but he hired a guy on Craigslist. The guy sprayed. He doesn't know if it was putting the dogs outside at that time while they sprayed because it was hot, or bringing them back in and having that spray chemical all. So he had 4 dogs, or he had 3, but if he had 4 dogs, right? Because it's been years, right? 4 dogs, and 1 survived, and these 3 died after the spraying of his house. So when I say make sure that you are hiring a company that has a license to use that chemical and they're registered with the state, so you can go look up their license number and it matches their name, that's real. You can do that. If you didn't know, call your comptroller or somebody so they can tell you where to go look it up. You can. You can verify my real estate license and where I'm a broker to. You can, if someone's licensed with the state, you can go verify their license and their license number, which is plumbers, electricians, chemicals like pesticide, real estate agents, and house inspectors. I can do that, and some other people that really work on housing, construction, stuff like that. You should be able to, you can do that if they have a license with the state. And you should. You should know who's coming up in your house doing plumbing. Are they real or are they just making it up? I got a story for that if you want to hear it. I could tell you a billion stories right now. Because I have 4 hours. No, I'm serious. I should go ahead and groom 2 of the dogs that I missed the other day. Angel being one of them, because I have everybody prepped, including my rescue cat in a kennel, waiting for me to get to work. He's over there like, are you going to bathe somebody? Because this is my room in here. Maybe get him on the table, but I don't have any fortune cookies. He loves fortune cookie playtime. I have a sucker though. He does like suckers. We could play with the sucker. He won't eat it, but he loves to toss it around. I hope I covered everything and kind of whipped back, but there's just so much risk if you don't understand the form. There's so much risk. And you sign a form at the big box stores. And I think it says we're not responsible for anything that happens to your dog in our care. So I just go into it in a lot more depth and educate the client. And very rarely do they not want to sign it. And I'll tell you, maybe he's only the 3rd person that didn't want to sign it. And maybe he is actually the 2nd person that didn't want to sign it. There was a 3rd person, she signed it, but she left and got mad and left me a 1-star review that I required her to have all these vaccinations. And I remember saying, you got briefed before we started and you could have said no. So to then get upset by me, and then I did a poll too. I did a poll out email that said, here's a client, here's her review, kind of sparking someone else to leave a better review based off of the truth, which is if I require all these vaccinations, I actually want to safeguard. I'm not going to get kennel cough, your dog is. I'm not going to get parvo, your dog is. So who am I doing this for, me or you, or me, you, or your dog? My dogs, I love my dogs. I'm in love with my dogs. And if you hurt my dog, I would be very angry. So if my dog hurts you, I would have to put that dog down. And that's just the truth. I learned that from that lady with the chow chow, how she just immediately, not recently, but that groomer with the chow chow, how she turned around and said, I'm gonna have to put this dog down because he attacked you. I cannot risk that for anybody else. And she didn't wait till public safety came involved. She did it herself. Yes, it's heartbreaking, but if you have an aggressive dog, you should be careful who it hurts. If you have an aggressive dog and you're controlling the situation, I'm not saying put that dog down. But if my dog attacked your child and your child's face is ripped off, I will have to put my dog down. I cannot allow you to think that your child went through all that for nothing and that you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to take ownership. And if I didn't, I guarantee you animal control would. So I don't mean that in a bad way, and hopefully people understand what I'm trying to talk about. Okay. Now, I want to say there was one more thing I was going into before I led off to that. I have a story for everything though, huh? I did not stop telling you stories this whole time. I can tell you a story about everything. And it could look good and it could look bad. It could be scary, it could be not scary. And some of it is a rude awakening. Oh, so maybe he was the 2nd person, but the 3rd, like he's the 3rd, but the 2nd person signed a form, but they left 1-star reviews because they were angry that they signed the form and they did not like that I had to verify all that. I've also had a 1-star review on a client that did not want to have vaccinations shown. She didn't have them in her hand and she wanted to walk in with her dog, and I could tell I don't want that. It says appointment only on my door. I mean it. It means appointment only. I want to be able to verify because I groom a lot of senior and disabled dogs that do not, because they cannot get vaccinated. So we have a very long and thorough talk. If I bring in a senior disabled, not fully vaccinated animal that can die, I want to protect that animal. And so in doing that, when you walk in with your dog that has no vaccinations, no flea and tick preventative, and you could maybe leave something behind that can hurt an animal, I need to say you have to step out. And so I did that, and I got a 1-star for that. I asked the lady to step out because she was a walk-in. I never met her before. She never called me. And I said, you'll have to step out because of the way I groom, and she got upset with that. I will always put the animal first, no matter what you think of me. The client's animal especially. But the story, okay. So I was beginning my business, and I was Air Force reservist. I would do 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. I was doing that. I was working at the FAA full-time, 6 a.m. till 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, with every other Friday off, something like that. And I was working hard is my point. I was working all these jobs, and then on the weekends I would groom full-time Saturday and Sunday. And during the evenings, Monday through Friday, I would go groom as well. So when I started my business, I had already worked at PetSmart, I had already worked at a veterinarian clinic, and I started my business. Now I started after my college degree. I got a bachelor's. So after all that went down, I started my business in a home in the bathroom for 30 days. And I did that. It was nice and clean, and it was nice and clean when I left. Here's the story for those of you guys who want to start. I was already grooming for years, so I didn't bring a lot of clients with PetSmart. I followed the rules. It says you can't groom within a certain radius, and you can't call people that you groomed at PetSmart and try to take them out. I didn't do any of that. With the veterinarian clinic, there were clients that called me and still wanted me to groom their pets, and so I also had emails, and so when I would send out emails, I sent it to everybody. It wasn't like I called them all and said, hey, come to me, but they would also be trying to find me because that veterinarian clinic couldn't find a groomer for over 3 months, and that veterinarian closed down anyway. So when I started my own business, I was starting from I felt I had a couple people that knew I was leaving. I left the day I decided to leave. I left that day. They were doing something to me that was not right. And I didn't like it, and I don't want to share it with you unless you take a booking coaching class, and I'll share with you all of those details. But you need to know what you're worth. You need to know what they're doing behind your back. You need to know how they treat you behind your back, and you should be aware of it, especially if you have a college degree. And I was like, you ain't not treating me like this. You are know your worth. And if that's the case, don't let the guy you're dating or the girl you're dating or the person you're married to, don't let them treat you like that either. If they're treating you bad, get the heck out. Leave them behind. Leave that toxic, unhealthy stuff behind. I'm learning that myself because I have faith in people. I see the good in people, not the bad. All the bad stuff is sitting there. It's bigger than the good, and I still see the good over the bad. Okay, so I decided to leave that day, and I was on my motorcycle. I never told you guys this before. I was on my motorcycle. I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not going to deal with this. I gave a 2-week notice. I handed it in, and then the way she treated me immediately right there was like, you know what? I'm out. If you can't have respect that I was leaving on good terms because I got graduated college and I gave you a 2-week notice, and you want to give me this attitude and talk to me like that and treat me like that, I am out of here. I grabbed my tools. I had 2 bungee cords, and I was like, don't go, all my clippers and everything in my toolbox in the back of my motorcycle. I was not trying to quit. But I was not going to tolerate people who treat you like that. Like this today. No, you can go cock attitude with someone else that's younger and doesn't care and won't stick up for themselves, but I know the danger in what I do, and you can't do that to me. Don't do it to anybody, but not here. You ain't doing it to me. I'm not going to let you do that to me. So, gosh, I lost my train of thought again. No, so that's the story behind that. So now I started my own business, started in my house, and went from my house. I'm looking around as I groom at my house. I'm looking around as I groom in my house for a place to groom. And I finally found my first place. It took 30 days to find it. It was affordable. I needed to put water in there. I had to find some help building some stuff. And so I was working at the FAA, remember? And in that, working at the FAA, I was getting clients from the FAA, like people I work with and stuff. It was awesome. So I remember this chick, she brought a friend with her dog, and I got a second client from Arlington, Texas. They would drive out on the weekends, and I would groom. Well, so Arlene, my friend and a coworker, brought her dogs to me. She shared that with her neighbor. So one day, Arlene brought her neighbor. And I was not doing over-the-phone discussions at that time, except for maybe giving you an idea of what it would cost. This is where, so something will happen and it changes. And something will happen and it will change. And so like you go get coffee at McDonald's, they get sued a billion times, they're gonna start giving you cold coffee. They're not gonna sell hot coffee no more because they keep getting sued by people getting burned by their coffee. So something happens and then they change, right? So it's always gonna be that. You thought everything's good and then something bad happens and then you have to reevaluate because you don't want that to happen again, and now you have to just put up a wall. Okay, well, you can't get over this wall until I've done this. And so this is my first wall that I remember putting up. And that wall would be, the client gets there, Arlene brings the client, brings her dogs, and I would let, this is a huge open space, and some of you guys have seen the older grooms in that space, with the white husky being shaved down who had sand all in his coat. It's a huge 900 square feet, open space. My tub's on this wall. I'm grooming next to the tub so I can go from the table to the tub real easy. And then I started having a space here for people to sit in their lawn chair or whatever. I didn't even have everything. I knew I had a vision. 1 hour grooms, you can watch. This particular client, not Arlene, but her friend, is picky. And I'm okay with picky if you're paying. You're paying me, I need to listen. So I'm okay with that. But there are times that I just get really annoyed. It doesn't look like it, but I'll be like, quiet. I'll let them say what they have to say. But at some point I'm going to say, stop. You need to let me work. Stop. Let me finish. Then you can critique my work. But not through the whole hour you're telling me, don't forget that, don't do that, don't do that. And then I'll catch myself at my masseuse, or I'll catch myself with somebody else and I'll say, I really like my hair, but I've had my hair messed up a lot, so I think I have a right. So I'll tell you this, this, and this, and I'll say, but I really don't want to get in the way. Hair will grow back. Now, I leave it with that. So when someone's like constantly like, don't forget this and don't forget that, I'm like, I haven't even bathed the dog. All this is going to change after I bathe the dog. So wait a minute. You get to watch. And so this particular client made me put up a curtain. I freaking put up a curtain in an open space just hanging there. Later, this particular client made me build a wall. I freaking built a wall right there. Like, it was tall. And then I was like, I'm going to build this wall, but I'm going to put product on it. It's not like offensive. It's just I'm going to have a waiting area that you can be here and hear everything, but you're not going to sit there and tell me what to do. And when she would come in, I would literally make it like there's a little door there. Not everyone, because some people will sit and watch and not sit there and tell you what to do the whole time. And by the way, she would tell me what to do the whole time, and it would be, her dog would react to her. So then it would make it harder for me to do my job. And remember, this is only 1 hour. So I did that for months and months and months. By the time I built that wall, it was 10 months into our grooming. And she got upset about something about not being able to watch. Let me go back to the day one. That's how I lost her as a client. She was like, if I can't watch, I don't want to come. And I'm like, you can't watch it anywhere else. I taught you how to watch, man. I was like, go, you know. But she, in the very beginning, is the first person that was not wanting to sign my form. And it is not near covering what I covered today. It does not cover what I covered today. I cover some serious stuff here. By the way, I figured out a way. Faith is over here in her kennel. It's a small kennel. She's sleeping. She's quiet. The other day when I was grooming, she was barking the whole time, and Faith just wants to see me and be near me. So I figured if I keep her near me, let's see if she does well. She's been sleeping the whole time, just chilling. Faith is my oldest rescue Chihuahua, and I was going to test it, and I think she would have been perfect in here. So I'm going to leave this kennel in here, and when I groom, I'll put her in there. I want to keep them safe, so if I see fleas, she's in her kennel, she's not walking around, and you can't really tell she's even on that bookcase. It's pretty cool. Wow. So yeah. But this lady, she looked at me. I briefed her. So I used to sit you down and brief you, and guess what would happen? Dog would pee and poop. We would be there 10 minutes, the dog would pee and poop. So I did that for years. I would still get to a point where I didn't have a problem. Most groomers, we want to avoid conflict. So we don't even want to talk about if there's a nick. We don't want to talk about if your dog poop or pee. We don't want to ask you to go poop or pee. We just want to just handle it and get you going. But I don't want to. I want to be clear up front. please don't let your dog poop and pee in I would not bring my dog, and if he peed all over your couch, I guess I have to clean it, don't I? If I brought my dog in and he jumped up on your couch and peed on your couch, which has happened here, I guess I would have to clean it, right? I have not had one client go, you know, no, not that, but on the couch. I have not had one client where their dog jumped on the couch. Matter of fact, some people are like, get on the couch. And I'm like, your dog's actually really dirty right now. And if your dog has fleas, this is a bad day for me. But my dogs, I don't need them on your furniture. I might have them in my furniture, but when I go to your house, my dog, I'm not letting him jump up on your bed, jump on your furniture. I don't bring my dogs to people's houses anyway. But it's just almost like, what are your manners? Come into your house and just poop right in the front of the, like, it can happen. So you better hurry up and clean it up. Don't look at your friend and say, are you going to clean it up? Like, it's your dog. What are you talking about? Anyway, us groomers, because I've worked along a lot of groomers, we don't want to tell you. We are afraid to lose your business. We are afraid that you're going to get upset. We're afraid you might not tip us just because we've asked you to pick up your own dog poop, clean up your dog pee, or walk your dog before you come in here and allowing your dog to poop or pee on the lobby floor or on my couch. This is common sense. I don't know what to ask. Okay, I want to say we are on a wrap, but okay, hold on. I keep going off tangents. It's pretty fun, right? So this lady is at my door. We are sitting down. We come in. Arlene introduces me to her friend. They brought their dogs. So I'm grooming Arlene's, this cute, she got this dog from Europe. I can't remember the names here. The face is like this. The face is like that big. It looks like a Shih Tzu, but it's not. It's got this puff hair that goes like that. If you know the breed, comment below or write it in the chat. I rarely see them. She's the only one I've ever seen a person with. She ordered the dog from Europe somewhere. Then we have her friend who brought her like Bichon, Lhasa looking mixed dog. Which he's really long, like this long flag tail. Just like that, Lhasa looking wannabe Shih Tzu, but longer snout, just Bichon looking something mixed. And so before we get started, I'm reading the form. You have to sign this form and get your information. She's like, oh no, I ain't signing that. I'm not doing that. You know, just like that. She's voicing everything. I'm not signing that. I'm not signing that. I said, well, then I'm not going to be able to help you. I can't help you. And that's exactly what I did today. I saw it. As a matter of fact, it made it worse when he twisted his face to let me know, like, what? I'm not, what? And the gentleman is actually intimidating too because he's 7 foot tall. And I'm like, no, I finally, three face jerks, right? All that stuff, 3 times. I was like, I can't help you. And the wife, who's so sweet, she's like, like I can see her face going, what? And she's looking at her husband like, why don't you stop, you know? And I'm like, I can't risk it. I can't. I'm way too old to risk that now. Because I'm much older and my body is older. And so if I really get hurt, and no, I can't risk it. I put myself in some predicaments younger. I won't do that. I really groom some mean dogs. Y'all know this. I groom mean dogs. But I've put myself in positions younger. Like I'm holding a Chihuahua down and I'm taking ownership and trying to get this nail trim done as it's like bang, 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 bang. It doesn't break skin, but I mean, I remember telling myself after that, like, why didn't I just let the owner do all the holding? You know why? He wasn't holding the dog right, and I couldn't at that time of my career explain, and maybe he also only spoke Spanish, explain what to do. And he kept giving up and kept giving up. The Chihuahua was on the floor, mean dog, during one of those toenail events. And I just remember telling myself, never again. If the dog's gonna behave like that, the owner's gonna hold the dog, not you. That was that wall, I put up that wall. You're no longer grabbing the dog and doing it yourself. If the dog's aggressive, you are going to have the owner control the dog. The owner knows the dog, the owner should control the dog, and that is the owner's property. If something happens, then the owner can deal with it. If the dog bites the owner and the owner goes to the hospital, then that's the owner's dog. They can handle it. Once you, as a stranger, as service provider, gets bit or whatever, it's exactly like that attitude right there is like, I ain't doing shit. That's your problem. You chose to groom my dog. What? No. No, so just because I'm a construction worker and I build skyscrapers, when I get to the top and I fall down, it's my fault. I put my safety stuff on. I lost a lot of weight and I slipped through the crack. You know, like whatever. No, you have insurance to help you cover the damage. You have to take ownership. That company that has them up there has to go, I hired him to do that work. I need to cover his medical bills now. He was working on duty to build this skyscraper for this person who's millionaire. You know, like, no, that doesn't make sense to me at all. And this whole time right now, though, my phone is just going off. I don't know what's up, but it's going off. But now it is 11 o'clock. And we had a 10 o'clock, so I've spent an hour talking to you about so many things about me and my life and my career. I hope you had a blast listening, but I do want to go ahead and bring a dog up in here. So let me go. I'm going to go get one, figure out. Let me go figure out. Some people think they can finish my sentences and they end up being wrong, but let me go. I was going to say pit. No, I wasn't going to say pit. I'm going to go figure out who I'm bringing back. Blue needs to come. Does anybody remember anybody who I did not get to touch on the puppies the other day? Blue didn't come in because she's super hairy and shedding. Blue needs to come in here. BP, I'm talking about you. Let me also catch up on the live chat because the longer I go, it's going to actually get lost. So MP, good morning, MP. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a member and a moderator. Grandma Shell, hi, all. Remember to click the like button. Mwah. Love you, Grandma Shell. What's up? Thanks for being a moderator and a member. Megan, good morning. How are you? MP says, hi, Megan. Thanks for welcoming other people. Becky, buenos dias. Hi, how are you? Becky, thank you for being a member and a client. Megan says, hi, Dede. Hi, Megan. MP, thanks for those paw print hearts. If you are a member, you will be able to access some of those emojis that the members get to. That's awful, Senior Fly Girl. Senior Fly Girl may not be here right now. Senior Fly Girl has let you guys know she's had surgery, so please put her in your prayers, as well as BP. Put BP in your prayers, please. She's actually going through something today. I won't tell you unless she wants to tell you out there herself. She is on the live chat now. Maybe this will give her something to do and get over what she might be loopy-doopy with. Okay, Two Dogs and Van Adventure. Hi, thanks for being a member and a moderator, Two Dogs. Buenos dias. I had a dream last night. I was learning Spanish. I really did, okay? So I like it. Keep it coming. There's this show Wind, rain, or AC. There's this show I'm watching, and it's called Married at First Sight. It's on Amazon Prime, and if you want to watch it along with me, I don't know what season I'm on, but I'll tell you later if you want to know. And I am done with the season. We're in the recap at the end now. But there's a couple, Brianna and a Mexican guy who's super cute, and he is married to Brianna, and married at first sight means they get married and then they get to know each other. So they are married, and he's such a romantic, man, I love it. He puts this chalkboard up, and every day he puts every week or every day he puts a new word that he needs to teach his wife on this chalkboard. And really, I'm like, I need to go back and watch all of his chalkboards and really learn it like that, because that would be fun. So bicyclette, like bicycle, and then like mi amor, and like te amo, and I really picked up most of those like on that show. I took Spanish when I was in high school, but don't do this. Focus on one and get really good at one. I took Spanish, and I took French, and then I took Spanish again. And when you talk to me, you're gonna get some French and some Spanish all mixed in together. And since I went to France, and I went to Luxembourg, and when I went to Germany, and I went, then you're gonna get all of that kind of flowing all together, and it just sounds ridiculous, okay? Anyhow, Rebecca C, what's up? I will be seeing Rebecca C pretty soon. I hope you have a great flight. I can't wait. Grandma Shell says, condolences to the woman who owns the husky. God bless her. Hi, MP. Two Dogs says, welcoming everybody. I had a cat that got kennel cough at the vet. Wow. See? At the vet. I had my Shih Tzus, that veterinarian that never wanted to replace the broken 40 blade. my dogs picked up fleas when they went to there for a dental cleaning. I just was so like, didn't even know what to say. Couldn't say anything. I could either. So then you know what? The wall I put up then. Every time I would take my dogs to let me see here. I haven't done it. No. Oh no, I'm still pretty good about it. I'm thinking about the last dental I did. Yeah, I still do it. So when I would after my 2 Shih Tzus got fleas from a veterinarian I worked inside the building with, and he was doing dental. I loved him. Too frugal. He had money, but he was too frugal. And he goes, I went, every time I would now take my dogs anywhere for care, they were there all day. Before that day in the morning, or usually in the morning. Yeah, I went away. I don't think I'm waiting till they get home. I want it working. I would give them a Capstar going, or the night before I would give them a Capstar so the Capstar would work 24 hours. So Capstar for me, even with those super fleas, it is only a 24-hour pill, but if you want a jump start, Capstar is going to be your best bet. If you want a link, please email me, and I'll try to remember to come put a link on this video. I might go do it right now, so it's there. But Capstar pills, you have to buy a box of 6 for the size dog of a particular weight, and just those are really good to just have in your closet. You give 1 pill the day before or the morning of going somewhere with your dog, and that way if any of those party animal fleas jump on the dog, bite the dog, they'll just straight up die. Now, they say that it starts to work immediately, right? Capstar starts to work immediately, but isn't it only if they bite? How does it, I don't know this part of it, but is the chemical going through the hair? I don't think so. I think that the fleas or ticks need to bite the dog in order to have that in their bloodstream. And I'll tell you, Capstar across the years, if a dog, and I had a client with 2 Malteses, I think, and he would come in with fleas every time. So the 3rd time there was flea charges, and I said, why don't we do this? You buy a box of Capstar, and the day before, 24 hours before your appointment, you give Capstar. And we would do that every 2 to 3 months whenever he would come in. Because whatever he's doing at home, it ain't working. He was constantly bringing fleas in. After that, for the years to come, every time he would do that, it sucks. Well, he's not fixing something. He's not doing something right for the dogs. They would always have fleas. So since they always had fleas, that Capstar the day before, they always arrived with no fleas, no matter what. Now, could it not work? Yeah, it could not work. 100%. Nothing in life is 100%, not even flea medicine. So could it not work? Yes, but so far, there's never been a client that walked in that over and over and over with fleas, and then we did the Capstar, started implementing the Capstar, which is only 24-hour pill. It's not your preventative. This is just when you want to go somewhere and you don't want to catch fleas when you get home, and you don't want to catch fleas by the time you get home from the veterinarian, and you also don't want to have them come into your salon with fleas. Capstar is awesome. Capstar is awesome. Remember, 24 hours. Okay, condolences. Okay, I got that one. Good morning, Rebecca. MP, I had a cat. Okay, got that. We talked about that. Yep, so easy to get. Becky says, what are the signs of kennel cough? I had done a foster. This was a heartbreaking foster. So golden retrievers have been my favorite dog of all time. No one's listening to me. Good. I'm like, don't get mad. But that's kind of golden doodle, right? Labradoodle, golden doodle. That's why I have 2 double doodles. I feel like I have a golden in both of them because some of golden in both of them. I really, really love golden retrievers. But when I groom golden retrievers like Annie, they die 9 years or younger, and it's devastating. And when I groom the sweetest dogs alive, and I'm grooming them, and when they pass away with my clients, then like that's my client, they pass away, I am heartbroken. Like, I'm crying too. I really am. When Annie died, I had caught cancer in her gum, in her jaw, and it was a teacher that was frugal, but I said, I know you're frugal, and he never wants to do the extra, just the bare minimum. And I said, I know you don't usually do I call it out too, it's the truth. I don't know why. This is not talking about people that I wouldn't say to their face. I'm not talking crap. This is truth and this is stories. I don't like talking bad about people, but I'm going to tell you how they treat me. I'm going to tell you how they treat themselves. I'm going to tell you what they acted like. That's all a story. So this golden teacher was a dad. He's very frugal, never wants to spend the extra, like, no, we won't do that, we don't want to do that, we don't want to do that, nothing, right? Ear infection, problems, so blah, blah, blah. No, we're going to do that, we're not doing that, right? And I said, I don't really know if you want to do anything because you don't ever want to do anything and you're pretty frugal with what you want to do with your dog. But I do want to tell you, I think there's a problem here. And I want you to see this mask, and it'll probably be pretty expensive, and you can or can't, whatever you want to do, I would get it tested if I were you, but I know you don't like to spend the money. So we got her tested, and it was cancer, and she died 6 months later. And they didn't see it. They had no idea it was there. It was me and Annie during a grooming session. So imagine if they just didn't have a groomer that was looking that hard or not paying attention to things like that. But if you're really looking at these dogs and you really care about what you do, you really pay attention to the new things that arrive on the dog. So Miss Annie came in and she's smiling. And I could see that there was something different inside her mouth. Inside her mouth. And I just looked, and I looked really good, and I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. I immediately said that's cancer, but I didn't say that to the owner because I didn't know. I mean, but my feeling knew. So golden retrievers are one of my most favorite dogs, and I was doing foster for a golden retriever rescue. And you asked, what are the signs of kennel cough? So I had my 2 Shih Tzus, and I brought in this male intact golden retriever, and he was not really all that nice. This was before I learned that golden retrievers were one of my favorite dogs. I already knew, but I had not met Annie. I already knew, that's why I picked that breed to do fostering. But this is one of the worst experiences that you can imagine because of the type of dogs that I groom now. When I look back, I just wish something different. But I'm not that rescue group, and the rescue group has these walls. They have rules that they have to follow. So I was rescuing that dog. He had a crate to be kenneled, and my Shih Tzus would walk around. They were young, 4 and 5 years old at the time, and the golden would growl at them. And I knew that I would have to keep him kenneled sometimes because the safety of my Shih Tzus. And I was surprised. It wasn't the experience I thought it would be fostering this golden retriever. And so I'm hurt to talk about it. I don't think I'll cry, but I'm hurt to talk about what happened. Because it was my first experience in fostering. It's my favorite breed. It goes against, remember earlier I said don't take it the wrong way. I would like to have a place and a facility which homeless people, let alone homes aggressive dogs till they die. So when I say if my dog ripped a child's face off, I would probably have to put that dog down. If I had a place that dog can go and stay for the rest of its life, I would choose that over death. And because after I realized that I would choose an aggressive dog's life over death, I know that I have to share that same mentality with humans. And so even whatever a human is going to do to me or someone else, I probably do not believe in the death penalty because it doesn't match if I do. So I don't like the fact of what happens in our jail systems. I feel like there's a better way, but this is the way that we've been doing it. And I'm not okay with it, but I can't change it alone. Nor can I change putting aggressive dogs down alone either. So my mentality is deeper than just a put the dog down mentality. I don't normally say something like that, but if I were to see a child that my dog ripped their face off, I would probably say, in that moment, I have to put you down. I can't let you do that ever again to someone else. Like, I can't do that. That would kill me. That child is very important, even if it's not my child. But this golden retriever was food. So they didn't do their part at the rescue group. They should have already put this dog through testing of their own before they put that dog in someone's house. Because what if I had children? Anyway, the dog was food aggressive. So I was new to fostering. I was new to the this whole situation. I was new to having an aggressive dog in my house around my Shih Tzus that were not aggressive. And all I could see was my Shih Tzus potentially dying from an aggressive dog that was pretty big. He was pretty big and he pooped a lot. He had big poops. I mean, I remember just going like, wow, you know? And he wasn't like Annie, the golden retriever at all. He was very standoffish, bossy, and it was not my favorite experience with a golden retriever. So when it came time to update the rescue about what was happening with him and how feeding him is kind of scary because he is food aggressive, and telling them his demeanor and all that, they came and got him and then later let me know they had to put him down. And I remember in my mind going, I don't ever want to foster again. You know, I was like, I don't want to foster again, because when you look back, I can tell you what I feel is that they set me up for failure. Most rescues are good. This rescue especially is a big rescue. They should have already food tested him. They should have gotten him prepared for a foster situation. The reason why a dog is in a rescue group and going through a foster home is because he's already ready to go to someone's house. We just need someone to take care of him until we find that home. To just hand over a dog that may have not gone through any of those testings, put him up for failure. When he came to my house, he had kennel cough. That's the whole reason I'm telling you this. He would his nose would be drooling. And so I had to now take my Shih Tzus and put them on the other side of the house until he either got better or he went on to back to the rescue group. So his mouth is always drooling like bad, and it's wheezing through the nostrils. He's like, he's literally got a cold. Okay, so to answer your question, Becky, that's a good story. Good story to know what could happen if you foster a dog. Good to ask a rescue group if they've done through all those testings before they've housed that dog with you as a foster, and what kennel cough looked like. And he probably slept more than a regular dog too because of the kennel cough. It is like a cold. Chris Y, what's up? No fleas and tick on my dogs. Thankfully, the stuff I'm using works. My dog has no fleas and ticks, but he has allergies. Hey, BP. Hi, two dogs. I love your stories, Dede. I'm so glad, Grandma Shell, because sometimes I do wonder. It's a lot to talk about, but it's a lot of what I've been through, and it's helping somebody. BP, not worth the risk on that husky. Agreed. Becky says, we are happy with your work, and if something else changes, we will gladly agree. Thank you, Becky from Waco with her cat. Remember my husband, Michael, he cannot get the second biopsy until the 29th. Praying for you, Grandma Shell. What happened? So many of y'all going through something right now. We need to do great group praying, please. You all are here together. Group pray. Spanish and French are quite similar. I took 3 years of Spanish, BP says. Still praying for him, Grandma Shell. Thank you for your prayers, everybody. Grandma Shell says, one difference between French and Spanish, you can do anything you want in France as long as you pronounce it correctly. BP says, different accents in French. Como se llamo versus comme si, comme ça. Is that right? Me llamo Dede Croy, and then it's like, what is it in French? All I can say is comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? What is shoot? Me llamo, and then my name is, and then what is it in French? Dang, what is it in French? It's been a minute. Let me think. I can't place it right now. Someone's going to look it up and put it in the chat. Put it in the live chat down below if you want, in the comments as well if you're watching this later. Today is August 10th, 2023. And you know, honestly, I'll just say this and then we've got to, hold on, calendar, okay. We've got to get to work. I've got time now. I can handle a few things before it gets busy later today and then tomorrow, so I'm pretty lucky. I lost a lot of income today. I lost my time, but I have it back to do what I want with it. I just don't have any bookings for it. It messes your schedule up, but I got time with you guys. girls and guys. I hate it when people are like, hey guys, and we're all girls. I'm like, we're all girls. But girls and guys, I can groom a couple dogs, Faith being one of them. But what I was going to say was I was really excited all week on this husky. We talked about it all week, didn't we? Every day. And yesterday I thought it was huskies, and I was like, oh, it's not huskies today. It was someone else. And so I was so excited to get this husky groomed. Wherever they go, I really hope they do thorough work. And I really hope they don't harm the dog and get him set up for failure. I really hope they do thorough work because his coat needs a lot of work. Okay, let's do this. Remember, if you're watching live feeds, you want to make sure that this dot right here on the screen, this dot right there, is all the way at the end. That's the most current moment when you are live right there, okay? So we've got this, and we don't need this. Let me put some stuff up, and maybe I'll start with Faith. She's already in here. Just really wanted to help that husky. All right, let me see here before I get started. Thank you so much for saying that. That's really beautifully said, and it takes a lot to apologize, period. I don't think that you can... Hold on. I think everybody can have their opinions about forms, but I also think everyone should take ownership in the sense that their dogs are their property, and maybe he just doesn't know that, period. Everybody has a form that you should probably sign, at least in my experience. I've had other groomers show me their forms. I've also worked at places where I've had to have other people sign forms, and maybe he just didn't know that forms are going to be faced with in dog ownership, including when you go to the veterinarian office or when you go to a big box store. I was really excited all week to groom your husky. I just want to say that I hope that whoever does touch your husky gives your husky the time it needs, does not rush your husky, does not kennel dry your husky for 3 or 4 hours, and does not like traumatize your husky. Huskies do take a different kind of mentality to groom and different kind of patience than most other dogs, which is why I think I see less huskies on the grooming table than, say, your Shih Tzus. But huskies need a lot of work. And if a husky owner did it right, I had husky growing up. If a husky owner did it right, the husky dog is brushed professionally, properly with a comb and brush, maybe some leave-in conditioner every week. Owners can brush every week too, but a groomer should definitely touch that dog every 2 months at minimum. If I groomed a husky, I would honestly sit down and say, let's get you on a monthly plan, even if you're not doing the entire grooming every month, but I am definitely touching the dog every month, getting the husky used to it for life. So I do wish you all the best. I really was offended by his demeanor and the way he kept looking at me, and it almost looked like he had disgust. And I feel like I never met him before. I'm doing my job. I did nothing wrong. It's just sometimes things don't work out. I told my YouTube channel, as I'm saying it right now, is that if somebody is going to have a dog and you cannot take the animal out of the dog, so if your dog ever bit me, would that be the response I got from your husband? And in that thought process, since I've been doing this nearly 20 years, I can tell you it's very scary to know that he wouldn't have my back. Since I put myself in a predicament to groom a dog can bite whether they're nice or not at home. I know then, and I knew then, that I would not be able to help you all because this is serious stuff. This is not going to get your car washed. This is not like having someone clean your house, which they can burn your house down. But this is actually touching your animal, taking care of your animal, putting yourself in a position to get bit by your animal if he doesn't like something, and then the owner not wanting to actually take ownership. That's really scary to me, period. So I hope that you understand, and I think you do, but I think there's just miscommunication in the sense that maybe you should have covered it with your husband. If he also might not trust your judgment, which he didn't, if he didn't let you say, I signed the form, I'm letting her groom our dog, if that makes any sense at all, without disrespecting your husband. But truthfully, I now know that I will put a wall up that will make me ask a married couple now if they are coming together with their spouse, and if they are, then we need to be on the phone at the same time. I will no longer book somebody. This is so stupid. I will no longer talk the form through with just one person out of the couple if both are coming in for the grooming, which is, I think that's ridiculous. But he has made me change my rules because he should have known what we were going to do and the extent of it before wasting the time that I set aside for you guys. I just have learned something. You know, you learn every day. Thanks for finding me out. Thanks for sourcing me out. And thanks for trying to come in. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your apology. Oh my goodness. BP, what are you sending me these pictures, man? Oh, gosh. Oh, she's got sending me these pictures. Thanks, Pamela. The family's on Oahu. It's devastating what's happening to Maui. Faith, you want to come out now? Want to come out and let me groom you a little bit? You want to come out? You can come out and see Mommy? Come see Mommy. I'm going to give you a groom real quick. Pretty quiet, huh? The puppies today? Puppy's pretty quiet. Right, because they didn't hear a dog come in? No, the husky came in. Husky came in. I gotta change the title of that too now. Wow. Dede talking for an hour. Oh, I can't wait to do some things with my life. I have so much going on. Thanks, Grandma Shell. Thanks for your donation. Appreciate it. Gloves. Face mask. So Faith is getting older and eating less than she's ever eaten before. And with eating less, I have been not overfeeding her, but trying to get her to eat. And it just doesn't seem like anything I do will get her to weight gain. She also has a sensitive, this is all towels. She also has a sensitive stomach, so I can't like just bombard her body with all kinds of other junk or even healthy, good stuff like carrots and stuff. She'll end up having diarrhea. So she has her diet plan. She eats what she eats, and I just want you to know this because she's getting older and she also is thin. So thin is good, but not too thin. So she borderlines too thin. She's awake listening. She borderlines too thin every now and then, and I give her enough food. It's just she's super old. So with that, we usually shave her down, and I've never seen her shedding like this. Maybe it is because of all this heat, and I do owe her a good de-shed. So when I get in there for the de-shed, I may switch it up and go ahead and shave her down because we usually have shaved her down. But I didn't want to shave her down necessarily due to the amount of weight she has, because then she just will look super bony. But if I'm shedding and I'm de-shedding her and I feel like I get to that point where I'm like, you know what, let's just take this all off, I might do that. So just bear with me as we decide what I want to do with her. And remember, she is 15 years old. And I want to say, MP, thank you for the donation. Keep it coming. Thank you so much. Okay. Faith, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Hey, girl. Hey, girl, Pam. Thank you. Ooh, I do want to take all that off, honestly. Thanks for the donations, everybody. Okay, well, let me show you how these awesome brushes work first. These are Zoom Groom brushes, and I want to say I'm going to use 2. And, woof. You were on the bed yesterday and you just laid there for a second and I was like, wow. I had hair all over. I was like, I've never seen her shedding like this ever. And so it must be really hot in Texas for her to be doing this. I don't recall you ever shedding to this degree. Look at all that hair. I've never, when I touch you, hair is coming, flying in my face. Look at all that hair coming off. These are $10 at myfavoritegroomer.com. I would love you to order it from me if you're learning from me. This is great for cats as well. And I would have 2, but she's my dog and I'm holding her here and rubbing her chin with some love. So I'll do this side alone with one hand, but if you have 2, you can do like 2 to work faster. When you're a groomer, you're trying to save time. You can teach your bathers to do the same thing. Use 2 hands so you can accomplish more and go faster, using your time wisely. Oh, look at this side. Look at all that. What the? Oh, this is embarrassing. It doesn't even matter how much they weigh. If the hair is coming out, it's coming out. Look at all that hair, girl. It's so hot. You want to do a shave down? It looks really good when you're shaved down. You want to do that? It would eliminate all this for like 3 months. We wouldn't even have this problem for 3 months. How do I know? Because you're 15 and we was shaving you every 3 months for like almost your whole life. This is one of the worst times I've ever shaved her. Like, I mean, de-shedded her. Look at, this is worse than any of those dogs the other day too. Look at that. I'm gonna take a picture. Zoom Groom at myfavoritegroomer.com. I love it when it does that. Isn't that crazy? Look at all this hair, Faith. What's going on, girl? What happened? I gotta take a picture of this. I've never seen it this thick, ever in my life. Look at all that. Look at all that hair, girl. Woo-wee. If I do a shave down, what am I going to get? Yep, 7 reverse. That tickle? That tickle a little bit? That's a lot of hair. That's a lot. That's only half of your body either. I guess a lot. Clean, huh? Super clean. I mean, like, the cut is super clean. She's such a good dog, too. Look at that emoji. Look at that. What's up, Lisa? Oh, MP, that's so sweet. Yeah, Faith is definitely aging, and I mean, I'll make her a spot in here if she wants, you know. The only thing is I would not want to blow dry a dog where she's at, because if it did have fleas, then I would be setting her up for failure, but yeah, she just wants to be right there with me. She wants to see what I'm doing, and she's good. I want to say Saki's kind of there, but Saki's right now chilling watching Game of Thrones with Brownie and female Doodle. So I got them set up. They're watching Game of Thrones. They're lucky, you know, they got the day off. The puppies right now are probably chilling, taking a nap, getting ready to go be let out. But the other, and then boy Doodle is back there watching the puppies. He's a dad, so I mean, he's got puppy duty now. It's been really quiet though. Alright, coming down the tail, we'll go ahead and do 10 down versus 7 reverse. These are the same thing as needles, so again, wear your gloves. Her hair is like needles when it's shaved. Alright, I kind of want to go over a little bit with my 10 blade, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you where I am going to do it after I do a Furminator. Watch this. Let's edge up underneath here. Edge up right here where her armpit is. Sorry, I didn't like that. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Edge up right here again. Boom, boom. So if anybody's watching right now and you're just getting here, go back, and her hair is so thick and long. That's a couple years of grow out. We haven't shaved her in a couple years, but before that we would shave her twice a year, 3 times a year. Okay, we're looking good there. You like the fade I did on the back of her neck here? It's really nice. Can't hardly tell that there's a 7 blade up in there. So now we're going to go back to our Furminator. I mean our Zoom Groom first. Let's go back to our Zoom Groom first. The dead hair, if it's dead, is still there. I just cut it in half, you know what I'm saying? That feel good? You want to itch? You want to itch, girl? See? It's still there. Okay? Be sure you still brush when it's this thick. You just cut it in half. If it's dead and hanging there, it's still there, hanging onto the dirty hair around it. So I'm brushing on some of these, what was she liking that? I'm brushing some of this thick stuff that I see, okay? See, it's still coming out. How? How? because it's still there. Really, she should just get shaved sooner. I've just been so busy with all the dogs that their grooming time schedule is all way off. Like since the dogs were born, you know, like imagine like hourly you're hanging out with these dogs and puppies, taking care of them. So my priorities have been changed because of the puppy's arrival. The dryness of her body. Black dogs are usually drier. I think it's the same thing as our counterparts in life. African American person has really dry skin. There's something about black skin, black hair, like there's just something about they're really dry. And then not only, maybe it's just all about the heat in the world, like the sun. Maybe it has nothing to do with it, that they're this. Okay, like there's, I don't know the answer to it, but I'm just imagining. So when you lay out a white towel outside in the hot heat that we're having here, and then you lay out a black towel and you touch the black towel, it is really hot. Much hotter than the white towel or pastel towel or pink towel or whatever, a lighter color than black. It's when you have black skin, black hair, it's less hot in the sun than say my brown dog, Brownie, or Saki gets pretty warm. She's silver and black and gray, but my white dogs, the Doodles, they are less hot compared to all my black dogs, my darker color dogs. And maybe it's not that she's not eating healthy food. She's eating some really great healthy food. Matter of fact, I cook half of their food is turkey, peas, carrots, a little bit of potato, not a lot, but enough, and turmeric, some other stuff. My point being that you're seeing this dandruff, and she's on some really good food, stuff that I even cook. Maybe because it's been so hot here, and she is a black dog. So she and her hair needed to be brushed, but really it's so hot here. It's just so hot. Here is in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, 2023. Okay, so now I've gotten even more out. I'm going to grab our Furminator. This is I sell at myfavoritegroomer.com as well. This is the Zoom Groom Furminator. I use the 5-speed, a 7-blade Ultra Edge, a 10-blade Ultra Edge or ceramic to really fine-tune the haircut so far. Now I'm coming through and pulling it out even more. Look how much I'm still getting. The Furminator I would use once a month only, not every day. If I had that Husky and we did the Husky, I would have a brush, a comb, 2 Zoom Grooms, the Furminator. With the Husky hair, I would have this guy, the D-Mac rake, and the Furminator. I sell that in a large breed D-shed kit at myfavoritegroomer.com. I want you to see, after all that shaving, after all the brushing, I'm going to get you a close-up view now on this side especially. As I come through the Furminator, you're going to see it's starting to look really sweet, really clean, clean.
A little bit down your tail, okay? A little bit down your tail.
Come back here a little bit more, the sanitary area, this big, thick, bulky area. Look at all that I still got. Wow, that's crazy. Look at all that. So you can see, can you see the coat? It's different now. It's nice. It's getting really nice, really clear. We'll go over here and go under the groom loop, and then we're going to come back with our blade one more time. It's been a minute, so I need to really do detail work. All right, let's get our 7 blade one more time. Before I do that, I want to take this brush and brush backwards. Flip back to our 10 blade. I need to touch something back up in the sanitary. All right, let's get our 40 blade out. We're doing the pads now. All right, she doesn't always love her nails no more, just old age, so sometimes she just looks at me funny, makes a yelp. So we're going to, do you think I should cone head you? Just in case, because we're live, you know? You can snap at me when we're not, but you're doing pretty good though, you know? We'll take it easy, okay? Don't do that, Faith. Don't do that, Faith. Thank you. Easy, last paw. Last paw. Last one. Last paw. I gotta get the dew claw in my finger first. Hi. Hi. Let me see. Good girl. Two more. Two more. Hi. One more. One more. One more. One more. Let's do this one, like this. Good girl. Good girl. You did good. You did good. Yes, you did. Good girl. All right, we're going to the bath now. Such a good dog. She's such a good girl. I'm gonna do her anal glands. She usually has an issue with these. This is not my favorite thing for her, but it's helpful. Hold on, hold on. This is gross, but this is how full they were. Extremely full. This internal anal gland expression, I would not let someone do an external on her, nor would I do an external. If you did external, you wouldn't get it all out. Hold on, hold on. Up, up, good girl. Be right back. I'm gonna let her poop and then maybe bring her back, but check the puppies. All right, we're going to see if she would poop, and she's not. Let all the puppies out real quick. Guess what I'm going to bring for you now? I'm going to bring Blue out for you, and then I'm going to end the live feed. Okay. Get this situated. All right, we got Blue in here. I don't know if Blue feels comfortable enough to do some of the things I taught her to do, but I'm going to back you up in case she does. Let's see here. I don't know. Come here, babe. Oh, female doodles jelly. You want to try to jump up on the table? Because I know you can jump that high. Hmm? Would you like to try to jump? Would you like to try to jump on? Give me a hug. You want to try to do that? Are you a little nervous? Camera shy? You know, you could be a little camera shy. I'm not sure. Possible. She's something else. This girl's something else right here. If you want to give me a hug, you have to come here. I want to say I need to possibly take your leash off too, but I'm not sure. What are you over there fishing out anyway? Blue? Checking everything out? Hmm? You want to jump up there? Okay, you do. You want to give me a kiss? Come here, Blue. Come here. Come here. Get up there. Can you jump up there? Oh, it's too high? Blue's firstborn. Hi. Hi. Hi, firstborn. You don't even look, I did not know you were going to look like that being firstborn. Did you guys know that she would look like that being firstborn? Oh my gosh, you did it on camera? Okay, big hug. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Rest your face. Rest your face on my neck. Rest your head on my neck. Hmm? Oh my gosh, you did it right away. Yes, you did. Those kisses. Oh, you're gonna show so many kisses. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, okay, thank you. Oh, she hugs me with her whole body. Her whole body hugs me. And so when she was younger, she would jump up, and I taught her, I always wanted one of those dogs you could jump, teach them to jump in your arms. So we did. She can jump in my arms. Now, I'm not really sure. I'm proud of that moment as she's getting bigger and taller. But this is our position. This is me and Blue's position, right? Blue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Want to try it again? Want to try it again? Okay, I'm going to let you down. I'm going to let you down. Oh my gosh. She gives me her whole body is hugging me. Okay, sit. Sit. Stay. 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 Okay, come. Do it. Do it. Right here. You gotta get some air. Come over here. You gotta get some air. Go. Go. Oh. Almost. We'll try it one more time and then we'll get you on the table. Ready? Here. Hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Oh, almost. You gotta get some air. You gotta get some air. Here. Come here. Get some air. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Stay. Stay. Okay, go. Go. Oh, almost. You gotta start over. We usually do this outside. Okay, wait. Okay, ready? Go. Get it. Oh, she didn't get it. You wanna try it again? One more time? Get up here then. Can you jump up there? You can't jump up. Go ahead, get on the table. Get on the table. You got this. Go, let's go. We're rooting for you. Come on, let's do this. We're rooting for you. Hi, look, they're looking at you. Look at yourself. Look at yourself on YouTube, girl. You gonna get on the table? No? You're not gonna get on the table? Good girl. Good girl. You want up? Almost. There's not enough room for you to jump, huh? Maybe. Right there. Try it again. Up. Here, up. This way. Come this way. Oh, okay. She's like, I don't have enough room. I'm sorry. You don't have enough room to jump? I'm sorry. Try it again. One more time, then we have to get to work. Come on, baby girl. You're up here. Get up there all the way. Get up there. All the way. Get up there. Yay. Sit. Do you mind sitting? Sit. Look up, look at me. Sit. Yeah, you want to. Go ahead, sit. Good girl. Such a good girl. You have the most extraordinary eyes I've ever seen in my life. And when I look into your eyes, I see the universe. I just see the universe. It's so beautiful. eyes are so, so mesmerizing. I don't know if it'll work. She's laying down. Good girl. Good girl. She does know down as well. Sit and down. Whoop. Let's see here. That went way down. Okay, hold on. Oh, because the top's heavy because of this. Hold on, let me take this off. Here. You're so pretty. You are so pretty. I'm gonna bring you up. Very good girl. Very good. Very good girl. I'm gonna see if you guys can see her eyes while I am brushing her. Can you see the universe? Like really, can you zoom in at all? Dogs are not born aggressive. Something happened. I'm gonna lay back down, down, down. Kisses. Kisses. Hi. Hi, baby. A little touch, love. Love touch. Love touch. Good girl. Good girl. She gives, everyone gives kisses, but she gives make-out sessions and the most kisses. She is the sweetest one in the pack. By far. Like 1,000%. Thousands and thousands of percent. She was the one that was running around by herself, firstborn. Mom freaked out. Mom jumped in my lap. She's running around, screaming. Like later on, she was running around like, "Hey, get me! Get me! Pick me up! Put me where I need to be!" That was her. Firstborn. You. Strong-willed, independent, determined, and I didn't know that you would have these make-out sessions like you do, where you could just love, 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 love and kiss. And here I thought it was me, like I thought she was so in love with me, you know? And she may be. No, she may be definitely, she's definitely in love with me. But the way she does that to everybody, it makes me completely jealous. And I thought it was me. I thought it was, that was she's mine, you know? No. someone else, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's kissing that person. Oh, that one too. Oh my gosh, she's kissing that person too. I was like, wow, here I thought she was just for me. Giving me these beautiful love makeout sessions, the jump up, that I taught her to jump up and rest her head on my shoulder. And for some reason, all these months, my face fits right in the nook of her neck. Oh no, I thought I was special. No, everybody that comes around her gets that kind of love, and everybody is special to her. I did. I thought it was just, she was doing it just with me. Oh, I got a rude awakening one day. One day I found out she didn't care if it was me or Brandy. I was like, oh, you love everybody. She loves everybody. Can I turn you around this way? So notice she is not groom looped at all right now. She's just doing exactly what I need her to do. Okay, that's good. Let's double check your nails real quick. I want to say everything's good except for I need to double check your dew claws. Stand. 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 Yeah, that's good. That one's good. Let me see this one. Good girl. Let me see your head up. Good girl. Very good girl. You're such a good girl. Good girl. You want to try jump up and down before I put you in the bathtub? I kind of want to go up for me. I'm going to turn you this way. She wants to look at me. You want to look at me? Sit. Down. You want to sit or go down? Both? Down. Down. You're not in trouble. Down. If I had a treat, would you do it? Blue. 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 Sit. 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 It's not working. Sit. 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 It's not even a treat. It's it's face masks. She's like, girl, you need to quit with your little treat fake. You did end up jumping down, huh? Can you come back up? Can you come back up here? Come on. I have them in my hand. Blue, blue, blue. Right here in my hand. Right here in my hand. See? There you go. Can you come up? Come on. Can you jump by yourself? Come on. I know you can jump high. You stretching your legs? Come here. Come on. Come up here. Come on. This girl, man. This girl. Look at this girl. She's so cute. Come on. Come on. You want incentive? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here, Giselle. Come here. Come here. table. Come on, come here. You know you can jump on the table. You can jump, she can jump on that wood, the wire spool that's like this tall. You know you can jump up. Come on, come on. Look at yourself. Come on, come here, come here. Over here, ready? Watch this. Blue. You can go over the table to get it, or you can go around the table to get it. Over the table or around. Here's incentive. Here's an incentive. Over or around? Which one do you want to pick? Over or around? Go get it. Go get it. This is a good one right here. This one right here is a good one. Here. Really? You're not even interested? Not a tiny bit. Are you interested in totally getting on top of the table? Like if I put it here. Oh my gosh, whatever. Oh my gosh, it's not even in her mouth. Try again. Hey, is she kind of scared? Are you guys seeing this? Seriously. She's so sweet. This is so gentle and so sweet. Here, you want incentive? Here, closer. Here, here. What happened? Right here, it's right here. Come on, ready? Come on. Are you comfortable? Half on the table and half off of the table? Are you comfortable? Maybe you don't know the task at hand. You don't know the task at hand? Okay, come, come, come. Good girl. Come, 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 come. It's already picked up now. See, it's in my hand. It's in my hand. There you go. Sit. Sit. Blue, pay attention. Blue, blue. Come on, sit. Blue. Right here. I picked them all up. You remember where I threw them? I picked them all up. Sit. Sit. Right here. Good girl. Down. 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 All the way. All the way down. 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 Stop being a goof. Down. 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 Here, see? See, I have it here in my hand. Yes, I do. Here, sit. Good job. Down. down, down, down. You know down. Down, 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 down. Get down. Get down with me. Down, 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 all the way down, all the way down. You have to go all the way down. You have to go all the way down, 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 here, down, down. Get down. You're almost there. You're almost there. You're halfway. Blue, blue. Here. Sit, sit, sit. Sit, sit, sit. Here. Sit. You're shivering your... What is that? What is that? Sit. But I don't want to sit. Well, I don't want to sit. We're still in training. You have to sit. You're at least for the training portion of everything. And then after the training, then you can be like leash free and have a little freedom, so then you don't run in the streets. You don't get out of control, you don't jump on other people, you don't headbutt them like you keep headbutting me. We have to get everything under control. And once we get it under control, then you can have some more freedom. But before we can get to the freedom, you have to prove you have control of yourself. So if you can just participate in some of the training that we're trying to do, sit. Sit. There's nothing on the floor right now. You missed out on the floor stuff. You missed out on the floor stuff because you were half on the table. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Okay, would you sit for me, please? Blue. Blue. And she has this brindle. It's beautiful right here, this brindle stripes. Blue, sit. Right here, sit. 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 You have to sit. 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 Here, come here. I gotta show them. Here. Here. Oh, you're sitting now. Good girl. Good girl. Let me show you this something. Okay. Sit. 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 Hold on. Stay. Sit. 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 Look at her eyes. Look how beautiful her eyes are. Sit. Sit. Look, can you see her eyes are so beautiful? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me check on everybody. Someone's barking like crazy. Let's see what she does while I step out a second in her... Right here, stay there. Let's see what you do, okay? Stay. What were you doing? Huh? What did you end up getting into? There you go, Faith. All right, well, let's get you in the bath, okay? Let's do this. Get you in the bathtub. All right, come here, babe. Up. How many of you guys outdoors, when you have hot days like this, wash your pets outside? How many of you guys do that? I mean, honestly, it's so hot here. that it takes about 20 minutes to get it even cold water in the spout outside, I would totally do that. And I like to kind of play with them with the water hose, you know, because it is really hot outside. How many of you guys actually do that? Grandma Shell, who has the patience of Job? Put that conditioner on there. Thanks. Thank you, Grandma Shell. Sometimes I don't think I have that patience, at least not with humans versus animals. Or my patience is longer and more better with dogs and animals than humans. Naturally turn that way then. Good. Wait, wait. You're okay. You're all right. Turn this way. Stay. Down. Good girl. Turn this way. Good girl. Good girl. Stay. 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 Good girl. We're going to turn back this way. Turn your body. There you go. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. been getting older, you know, I thought she was brown. But when you really look at her, she's kind of red. And she does, and when she was a puppy, I didn't see brindle, but she has the striping here. Do you see it, the black brindle striping here? It's pretty cool, you know? It's really pretty. Pretty girl. You pretty girl. I think she got all the kissing from her dad's side. And because her aunt, my female doodle, is the same way. She kisses and kisses and kisses and kisses, and I thought I would never meet a dog like that again. But yeah, here she is. Kisses and kisses and kisses and kisses and kisses, like she has so much love to give. Do this. Let's reposition YouTube and Facebook. Okay, let's get you out of there. Up, 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 up. There we go. Good girl. Look up, please. Thank you. After this, we will say goodbye and we will see you tomorrow. We have a Shih Tzu coming in that's aggressive and we groomed together. His name was his name Rowdy? Charlie. Was his name Charlie? The matted Shih Tzu. He was in really bad shape. He is coming back tomorrow. He was supposed to be on routine grooms. They missed it. They missed a groom. I'm giving them another opportunity to get back on schedule. They did not give a 24-hour notice, so I have that in my head like tip. You know, they need to give 24-hour notice when they canceled last time. So I don't know how his hair is, what shape it's in, but he came in extremely matted. He got aggressive because maybe the mats, but we'll see tomorrow together if he ends up being aggressive after the mats are removed. It was when it had been a very long time since they got the dog groomed. That he was so matted. He was so matted. Hi. 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 You like that? You like those kisses? You like kisses like that? Hmm? Mm-hmm. Hi. Hi, love. Hi, love. Mm-hmm. You did really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You didn't do the second jump in my arms. You didn't show them that. No? You shy a little bit? I didn't know you were shy. Really, look at your face. Look at your eyes. You don't like the groom loop telling you what to do? No? You're such beauty. Your lips, you're so pretty. Your face and your lips. Stand up, stand up. You're gonna, what are you doing here? Oh my gosh. 7, Grandma Shell. 7. Does anybody want any of them? It's a lot. It's a lot of work, a lot of food, a lot of work. They're in training. I have some trainers coming, volunteering their time, some of them anyway. Teaching them, getting them used to more obedience. I want them to be able to do some things that I would want, you know, when they're this age. So we'll try working on 7 at the same time. It's a lot. We're doing leave-in conditioner. You can get the leave-in conditioner kit at myfavoritegroomer.com. Do a tiny bit of liquid silk. You can get that also at myfavoritegroomer.com. Just a tiny bit for fragrance, and the silky smooth on top of the leave-in conditioner softness makes it a really good feel once the coat's dry. Her true element, I can tell now, is not in here, but it is outside. She is so comfortable outside. She's very comfortable in the patio area, jumping, running, playing. Okay, we gotta go now. Would you like to come down? Would you like to jump down? You're worried a little bit? Is that low enough? For me, I know it is for you, but this is maybe fresh for you, and you're kind of worried a little. Yeah, girl, you did so good. Come, Blue, come, girl. You did so good. Yes, you did. You did so good. You want to get back up there? Hi, girl. You did so good. Are you getting more comfortable now a little bit? Watch your head. Watch your head, girl. Hi. You smelling everything? You keep hitting your head on everything. What do you smell? Hi. You're gonna jump up? Okay, you hesitated, that's okay, that you were asking permission. I like that a lot, because you have headbutted me a few times. Hi, come here, oh, good girl, you did so good. You did so good. Yes, you did. Can you jump up here alone yet? Can you jump up here alone? Not yet? We have to practice on that, huh? We have to practice on the jumping up there. Come, Blue, come. Faith's like, what are you doing? Come, Blue. Can you jump? Can you jump? Come, jump. Come here. Come. You want to. You want to. I can see you're interested. Come, Blue. Blue. Look, she's on that chair over there. You can't see it, but she's on the chair now. What are you doing? Come on, baby girl. Come on, good girl. Can you get up all the way? Can you get up all the way? Let's be patient here for a second. Let's see what happens. but they're already picked up, my friend. Hi, Blue. Hi, Blue. Good girl. Good girl. See how she keeps checking on me? Blue. Blue. I do want to see what you, don't, whatever that is. Hair? Don't eat that. Don't eat the hair. Don't eat a cotton ball. Come up. Almost, you almost did a whip up. Come on, Blue. You can do this. I know you can jump. We jump all the time outside. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Almost. Almost, girl. Almost, girlfriend. Almost. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, jump up here. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Kiss, kiss. Good girl. Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on. You got this. Good girl. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jump up here. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Come on, Blue. Hi. Kiss. Right? Come on, Blue. Yay! 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 Good girl. Yay! Love you. Good girl. Good girl. Hi, kisses. Kiss. Now you can reach, see? Hi, Blue. Blue. Blue, you're nervous now? We're not that high at all. No, we're not high at all. Blue. 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 Blue, look up. Blue, you gotta look up. Don't worry about looking down. Don't worry about looking down. Blue. 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 Look at me. Look, hi. You're okay. Quit looking down. Why are you looking down there? It's very close. It's just blue. It's blue. It's blue there. You know? It's very close. You know, when you're on the ground, not looking down so much and focusing on the distance, it's okay. But when you are up here, even just like 1 foot, look what, we're only 1 foot up. See? It's not very far off the ground. Okay? You got this, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on, you got this. You got this. Hi. Hi, you gonna try to jump up again? Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on, Blue. Let's do it one more time. Come on. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Ah, you silly girl. You can do it. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on, girl. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can jump up here. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Kisses. Kisses. Kiss. You gotta reach. Reach. Oh, you got it. You got it. Come on, Blue. Come on, look at you. You want to so bad. You want to so bad. Blue, come on. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on. Come on. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. Oh gosh, I'm wore out. I'm so wore out doing that. Ah! All right. Well, we're gonna say goodnight, have a good night, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow, live feed, and bye. Thanks for being here, thanks for chit-chatting, and have a great night. Check us out at myfavoritegroomer.com. Hit the share, like, subscribe, and woohoo! See you tomorrow. Bye. What? Yeah? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, you're so pretty. You're such a pretty girl. You're such a pretty girl.